My guess is that probably half of you guys don't even know about this part of ClickFunnels. A big part of the mission is to help you guys to get your message out, to sell your products, to make more money. But on the flip side of that, I'm hoping that throughout this whole weekend, you're seeing like the power of what you can do with money, with funnels. And so when we first launched 3 years ago, I'm curious how many of you guys even knew this. So did you know that every single time any of you guys builds a funnel, we donate $1 towards an organization called World Teach Trade? How many of you guys were aware of that? How many of you guys had no idea that was even happening?
Most of the room.
Crazy.
Okay, we're back. All right, here we're in Paris, in Minneapolis, on our way to Nairobi, Kenya.
So you guys have actually been donating a whole bunch of money. And so we want to kind of show you guys what's happened over the last 12 months. So to do that, we're going to be bringing up two of my favorite human beings on planet Earth, Stu and Amy McLaren. Can you guys come on up?
Whether you realize it or not, ClickFunnels have been contributing. And what we love to do is we love to show where that is actually going. And in the last 12 months, a lot has happened. We want to kind of bring you behind the scenes and show you what the ClickFunnels community has done.
I've been in the car forever. Colette is asleep back there. Everyone's passed out the back. We're talking marketing. We're wide awake.
Much needed bathroom break. Dave, did you go to the bathroom or anything?
So bad.
But here's what happened. It was actually at a mastermind with Russell. Basically, when Russell wants to do a family vacation, he'll invite a bunch of people to come and basically pay for the vacation. And then, and that was one of those. It was at Pirates Cove. And he encouraged me to share it with everybody. And several of the people there said, I'm in for a bathroom. And before we knew it, we had enough to build the whole school.
Are you here? There's Shalom. This is the first school we came to in 2002. I mean 2012, not 2002. I'm so bad at years. Okay, Colette, do I explain what's about to happen?
Oh my gosh, we're here. Shalom.
The kids are all lined up.
They're gonna welcome us with a happy greeting.
Wow.
Saying welcome, karibu.
And that's the high school. That's the first school, and there's high school back there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look at all these classrooms.
All right, so then in 2016 at Funnel Hacking Live, everyone in the audience decided to help build a school. And so we actually built these two classrooms right here as a funnel hacking community. So check this out, this one right here. We call it the Future Funnel Hackers, right there. And this is the classroom where they're learning English and math. And then down here is for Funnel University.
Welcome, my dear visitors. We are happy to see you today. Sit down and listen to us. Shalom, Aleichem.
This being your first school, thank you very much for us to sell you that idea, and you bought it, and it has really materialized. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. Many of these children that you see, many of their families are broken families. Others are the head of their families, especially right from the background of the violence.
I was working when we had the post-election violence. Although we were not going out, we would hear a lot of shots. And then watching the news to a point I got depressed. We were not turning on the television because of the depressing news. It was fire, people are burning. It was really bad.
It all began some few days before the elections. 2007 general elections was delayed. Well, one candidate thought the elections had been rigged.
So they really mess with the people who are supporting them, and they tell them, this is what you do. They even incite them, fight. The people who had it worst.
Hundreds of thousands were displaced. Most of the displaced persons were not exactly poor people, so some of them lost everything,
So IDPs are people who have been relocated from their homes, where they are relocated in a big chunk of land. It's in the middle of nowhere with no amenities, no nothing, and basically they are like refugees but within their own countries. no school, no hospital, no nothing. So for us, we specifically focus on education. That's our core mission, which is what we have found that is the most important, because it starts bringing the community together.
So there is great hope in what you are doing. It shall not be forgotten, even by God. God will bless you. Between now and the next year, many things will have happened.
It's been a long journey. So many people have really devoted themselves, and we really thank you guys for the good work you have done in our schools and continue impacting them and just making them what they are.
The gift that we're giving them is so much bigger. I think, I mean, it's a couple $1,000 for us. It's not that big of a deal, but for them, it's like future and hope, and like they just want us to be proud of them. You realize how much it means to them. It's cool. So it was just fun to go back to Shalom today after seeing Jane this weekend and just remembering where we met her. And word in my mind is like hopeful. Like it's so cool to see the transformation each time we come from each of the communities, and I'm just pumped and excited for these guys and all of you guys. All right, so we survived night one in the tent. It was a little cold last night, but now the sun's up. It's beautiful. We just had breakfast, and check this out. I'll show you guys what's happening. All right, so this is the tent. So everyone's packed. We've got our own tent all the way down here and all the way down through here. And then this is the actual school right there, which is awesome. And there's about 300 kids on their side waiting to wrestle with us. So we're gonna be heading out there in a few minutes.
All right, now it's time to go get to work. So we got painting projects, we've got hole digging projects, we've got all sorts of fun stuff.
So they're planting all the plants to make this place more beautiful.
Yeah, it's gonna be so gorgeous in a year. Yes, we are going to first sand the walls down on any loose chips, and then we're gonna clear the debris with our brush.
Painting heavy. Painting heavy. They're having us do the primer because they don't trust us with the real coat.
And they should.
Rightfully so. And all the kids love getting their fingernails painted. Men, women, kids, boys, girls, everyone. So that's kind of fun. You see, beautiful. We just found the bridge that we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Hi. Jurassic Park. Now the show must go on for the tour. All right, so this is one of their homes. This is the kitchen here. Oh, wow. This is their next door neighbor who's 92 years old. All right, so we're about to bring these pencil bags to our classroom. So our classroom, every year you get to name the classroom. But this year we want to do it for our kids' names.
So we mashed their names together.
The problem is that it's like a license plate. You only have X amount of characters, and we got 5 kids. So we had smooshed all their names into one super name. There's Eleanor Dalley Whitten. Each of these classrooms, most of the ones here are built by the funnel hacking community. So this is the Lady Boss Learning Center. This is Brandon and Kaylin from Lady Boss. This Delivering Wow classroom, this is from Anissa. And Anissa is one of our funnel hackers. Anissa, is this your classroom?
This is my classroom.
Anyway, Kim and Toby, 2 Common Club winners, they donated and came, not only donate money, they donated their time to actually come here. Morning, everybody. Second day of the camp, leaving the tents, and then they're doing a big, huge celebration later on today with about 1,000 people. All the villagers are coming here to dedicate the school. And
We're about to get the opening ceremony started.
Got all the cars coming in. It's a whole convoy of cars. Governor's here. Here's the convoys for the celebration.
So just a big thank you to both of you guys for always being a huge support, and just a huge thank you to the ClickFunnels community. I mean, you guys have been unbelievable, and the more success you have, the more impact that we're able to have as well. So keep cranking out those funnels, baby.
We told our community all about all of you. We told them how special you are, and our community wanted to help. Now there were tens of thousands of entrepreneurs who every day are working to raise money for you.
I said earlier, so for every time you guys have a funnel that goes live, we donate $1 towards World Teacher Aid. We save that whole thing up and we don't tell student naming what it is until right now. So since this time last year, you guys have built 133,737 funnels that have gone live inside of
Holy cow. Dude, that's unbelievable. I want to hug all of you. That's unbelievable. I mean, that's a credit to you guys for all the funnels you guys are cranking out. We're just very, very grateful to be part of this community, and we look forward to that'll build more than a whole school. Very, very grateful.
one funnel away. Confusion sucked. We are ClickFunnels.
You know, it's been fun watching it over the last 10 years because so many things that one person can do when they have a dream and a vision and the ability to actually go after it. And I think we take it for granted. We all have food. We have the basic needs, but they don't have that. And if we can give them those things, then they have the ability to impact and change someone's life. One other cool story, we had this guy named Leonard who he had gone to some school, but he had to drop out because he couldn't afford it. And so we helped finish his college education with him, paid him hardly anything, like, I don't know, a couple $100 to help him finish his college education.
Hi, this is Leonard.
Yeah.
Come on.
And when we came here this trip, he was so excited. He drove 3.5 hours on a little motorcycle to come, and we saw him. He wanted to show us, he brought his diploma so he could show us.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know he had 5 children?
I didn't know you had 5. I thought you had 3. 5. You do? Yeah. We have 5 too.
I said, so proud of you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Unheard.
And he said, you don't understand what this did. He said, when I got this diploma, he said, I went back to the village and I kept my graduation gown on and my whole village had a celebration. He's like, I told all the kids that because I got a diploma, all of you guys get a diploma. From one person succeeding, this whole village now believes they can succeed, and you look at the ripple effect from that. When you start figuring out how to give and how to serve, your mind opens up the possibilities. I believe God expands your capacity because he knows he can trust you with this. Not just like, I'm making more money so I can get my new Lambo, my new Ferrari, and all these things. He's like, no, I'm gonna bless this person because he's using this increase to help somebody else. We have this thought, like, well, when I'm successful, then I'll donate money. And it's like, no, like, figure that out now, and then your mind will be expanded to figure out how to get your own needs and other people's needs met. And when you start looking at things that way, your mind is just open. For me, I believe it's like revelation comes to you because it's like, I'm trying to figure out other ways to serve.